Hello everybody, my name is Nate the Effing Great, and welcome to another edition of The Game Changer. 2018 is coming to a close, and guys, it has been quite the year, and 2019 is going to be definitely a step in the right direction as far as The Game Changer goes. So much to talk about. Now, here's the thing. I can't talk about everything because I can't do it without my lovely co-host, VictoriBelle, who is feeling a little under the weather, no pun intended. Get well soon, VictoriBelle, and looking forward to talking to you very soon. So I thought to myself, well, what could I do that won't reveal too much, because I don't want to reveal a lot of what we're doing in 2019 yet. I want her here to do that. So then I thought to myself, I can look back and I can also dedicate this episode to a special group of people. A lot of individuals who definitely made 2018 so much fun. They really did, and it seemed like the right thing to do. I will have a couple of announcements at the end of the episode that definitely will indeed, provide us with some indication of where the Game Changer is going in 2019. But I'm going to get to that later, because I want to talk about these people that made 2018 just very special. And that is mainly the people of the wrestling community. They have quite possibly some of the greatest minds, as well as some of the warmest hearts that I have ever seen. There have been a lot of people who have complained about wrestling, who have ridiculed wrestling, who have just honestly tarnished wrestling. But a lot of individuals that I've met this year have definitely shown the same amount of passion and the same amount of love for wrestling that I have. And I am so happy to be a part of that. And I want to recognize quite a few of these people that are in the wrestling community and even out of the wrestling community that I really want to say two words. And that is, thank you. And I'm going to try not to, lose my composure. I'm going to try to keep everything cool, because I had mentioned before that I'm not really one of those people that really likes the idea of crying, but it gets emotional because these people definitely have changed my mindset, and they've definitely changed my, the way I see things. So, where do I even begin? I think that when I think about this year, and I think about some people that definitely made the wrestling community better and have also made it better for me to enjoy. First people that come to mind right off the bat are the members of the Kings of the Rings podcast. Will, Dave, Ricky. These are three individuals who had a vision to start a podcast and join together to talk about, their opinions, what they thought, as well as their predictions on what goes on with the world of professional wrestling. And they have done such a fantastic job. I've seen them growing for such a long time. They have definitely really started to become a top podcast in honestly this nation, and honestly even around the world. There's very few trios that I can look at and think that they are the next best thing. And that is exactly what I see from the Kings of the Rings podcast. I mean, I've talked to all three of these individuals on and off the mic, and they do such an amazing job. It started all with King Ricky this year, where, I introduced him as, King Ricky, basically paying homage to, when King Ross was a part of What Culture, getting the chance to know the social media ambassador and getting a chance to see what made him a fan, what made him decide to join, the Kings of the Rings podcast, and what made him continue to be a supporter of this art, of this fantastic sport that we're in. Getting the chance to talk with Will, who, yes, he is a bit of a loudmouth, he can be obnoxious at times, but he is also a really cool guy. I can honestly say that I like the fact that he has great opinions about movies, Some I don't agree with, but honestly, it's really cool to see from a different point of view how people feel about great movies like Wonder Woman or like Justice League or some of the other great movies that have come out this year. Definitely one of those guys that I look at and say that he is a tremendous individual. And, of course, we got Dusty Dave, Mr. Dave Malkowicz. He is one of those guys who does... I see him as a guy who definitely wears his heart on his sleeve, but he's also one of those guys who can be the toughest of the tough. His story, and I definitely recommend anybody who has not heard his story, listen to it on when he was on Rant with Ant, and his episode of This Is Me is something that just absolutely just hits you to the core, because you learn about the struggles that he had, battling with depression, with drug abuse, with so many different things. It just is absolutely heart-wrenching, but also awe-inspiring to hear his story and to hear him overcome so many obstacles to be the person that he is today. I know recently, I believe he just graduated college, and he's doing well with his classes. He's just doing absolutely phenomenal, and it's very cool to see that. And honestly, I would say this. I'm not one of those guys that likes to pick favorites, but I will say this, that Dave is definitely one of those guys that I would definitely consider to be a true friend. He is one of those guys that I can relate to, but I can also, sympathize with, and also just really look at him and see a bit of myself in him. He is a fantastic individual, definitely incredible. But all three of these guys are incredible. I don't want anybody to take anything here and make me think that, nobody here deserves the recognition here. No, all three of them deserve all the recognition and all the success that they have right now. They are just three absolutely tremendous individuals. Entertaining, strongly opinionated, very fun to work with. They are just absolutely fantastic. And also, this was something that I was not expecting. They did their nomination show for their, I think it's Crown Jewel Awards, if I'm not mistaken. For the first time ever, I can honestly say Crown Jewel and not be angry, because this is one of those events that they have done for, now it's going to be 4 years in January, and it's really cool that they've reached that pinnacle. And I bring this up because of the fact that I got my first nomination for one of their awards, and that is Guest Host of the Year. And for this, we have myself, we have Mr. Fretz, we had Matt Fish, Anthony from Rant with Ant, MJ, and Katie Murphy from the Valkyrie. Quite a bit of list here of individuals who all definitely are just fantastic. Definitely go to get a chance. I'm going to talk about a few of these people in just a bit, but for the Kings of the Ring podcast to even nominate me for that says a lot. That tells you how much of a difference I made on this year, because I'm sure just first tuning into them, I was just kind of like, well, they're just like three individuals, and, they're not going to want anything to do with me. But honestly, I felt the relationship growing from me and these guys, probably even since the moment we first started talking. I remember just listening into these guys, and first time ever just being a fan. And now I can honestly say that all three of these guys are friends of mine, especially in the world of, professional wrestling, as well as friends of the wrestling community. So it's really cool to see these guys doing a lot of success. And guys, I wish you nothing but the best, and every single bit of success that comes your way, you have earned it. It's not one of those things that people can say that has been handed over to you. No, you've earned every single thing that you have got coming to you, and I'm very happy to see that. I'm very happy to see this, definitely evolve into something more. The Kings of the Ring podcast, go check them out, guys. They are available on so many different platforms. They are worth the listen and worth just enjoying every single bit of it. So, another group of guys that really made it so much fun to talk about wrestling, as well as just enjoy wrestling,
is the Rant with Ant crew. This year, they had to go through a bit of a transition because it was mainly three. It was about three guys. It was about Anthony, Phil, and G-Rod. They were the three guys that were working with Rant with Ant, but then G-Rod decided to work on his own future endeavors, so they needed a third person to fill that spot, and then they brought in Demon Diva, better known as Issa. And they have definitely just knocked the ball out of the park with this. I mean, you look at the success here. Wrestling Hub recognized them as the podcast of the year, the best trio of the year, so much recognition from these guys, and I truly believe that this has definitely been one of those things that catapults them into another level. So I want to say this to all three of these guys. Phil, I know that we're going to be talking on Saturday. I look forward to this. I look forward to talking to you, getting the chance to know you better, getting the chance to talk about wrestling. So many great things are just going on. And honestly, this was really cool because I got to meet Phil, Anthony, and G-Rod at Rant with Ant. And all three of these guys were just absolutely amazing to work with and absolutely amazing to just talk to. I just remember, and he came up to me and he saw the Rant with Ant shirt that I got. And he's like, "Oh, dude, nice shirt." He gave me like a nice little bro hug. And then Phil just comes up to me and just gives me an even bigger hug. And it's just one of those situations where it's like, oh, this is so cool. Then they had their live podcast going on where they recognized me along with a couple other people. And that was just really cool. For them to show how much appreciation they have from fans, it is just really cool to know that. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to talking to you, Phil, this Saturday. It's going to be a can't-miss episode, you guys, so definitely tune into that. I definitely want to thank Issa, even though we do have our differences, and I still hold her responsible for the fact that Mr. Dave and I had to down a bit of some hot sauce because of Brock Lesnar. But despite my indifferences that I might have with Issa, I can honestly say this, that she is a spectacular woman. You definitely hear the struggles that she's gone through. You definitely see how she's passionate about wrestling, how she's very intellectual. She's very smart with the way that she thinks. When she talks about Brock Lesnar, she not only, has the mentality that Brock Lesnar is the best thing ever, but she has facts. She has reasons to it. She doesn't just say, like, I like Brock just because. No, she has reasons behind it. She says that Brock is a smart businessman, that Brock is a smart wrestler, that Brock is a smart individual because of these reasons. She has these things, and I wish I even had a third of that kind of brain, that kind of mentality. It is just really, absolutely just amazing how her mind works. It's absolutely great to see how successful that she is because of that. So, to you, Issa, Demon Diva, I will say this for once. It's not going to be about hard feelings. It's about the fact that I, just like you bowed to Becky, I bow to you out of respect. I bow to you because of all the success that you've had and the success that you will continue to have going into the future. You are a wonderful individual. Definitely very passionate about wrestling. If you haven't gotten a chance, go check out her YouTube videos where she does reactions, and you definitely can tell the reactions that she have are just so legit. This year alone, she's had two just very heart-wrenching, I would say, I would almost call them breakdowns, to say the least, where, Brock loses the title, and that Seth Rollins loses the IC title against Dolph Ziggler on Raw. You feel the emotion. You feel everything that she has. And she just is very passionate about wrestling. And it's one of those things that I respect and I admire. So, for one time only, Issa, Demon Diva, thank you for making me a fan. And thank you for making wrestling still enjoyable to watch. And thank you for making it cool to be a fan. That's really what it's all about. She is still a fan. And she makes it cool to be a fan. That is the greatest thing about it. And then finally, there is Mr. Ant himself, Mr. Rant with Ant, whatever you want to call him, Mr. Ant, whatever you want to call him. This is a guy who, I think King's of the Ring podcast kind of got me in, got my, my feet wet into the wrestling community, but Rant with Anthony was the guy who really got me into the pool, and he's kind of like that dad, which is funny because ironically he is a father. He's that kind of dad who, who definitely wants to see his kids, come in and have fun. So he's just like, hey, it's okay. You got nothing to worry about. Jump in, have a great time. And he's always going to be there to catch you. It is absolutely amazing that what this individual has accomplished. I mean, oh my God, this year alone has been so eventful for these guys. It's all to the success of, the vision that Ant has had, and a lot of these great things that he has done. I mean, Rant-A-Claus was a great idea from the start. Glad that I had the chance to, to fund as much as I could to help kids. If they get toys during Christmas holiday season, they get to see smiles on their faces. Really cool to see that. But he continues to do a lot of great stuff, whether it's for like breast cancer awareness, whether it's for other great events. He not only knows how to incorporate, wrestling, but he also incorporates, real life situations, as well as really incorporating, things like music. There's some things where you watch this and you see him, talk about random bands that maybe you don't even know about, or random bands that you never even heard of in like years. But he's still one of those individuals who definitely tries to make everything relatable. And it's really cool to see that, because it's hard to find podcasts that do that. And Anthony is one of those guys who definitely does a fantastic job of creating memorable stuff as well as memorable moments for professional wrestling fans, especially in podcasting. So, Anthony, thank you so much for everything. And if you haven't gotten a chance, you guys, go to their Patreon, be a backer, and listen in to the series This Is Me, where he takes the time to not only talk to other individuals about how they create their content, why they create their content, how all the struggles that they've had to go through, but he also does an episode about himself that is so well done. And it's very emotional because you get the chance to hear him from his own mouth, all the struggles and everything that he went through. And it's one of those things where it helps me respect him more as an individual and the man behind the microphone. It is just an absolutely great, fantastic episode series. Definitely would go check that out. Oh my gosh. I'm not even caring if I lose my voice during this, because there's so many people I want to thank. I cannot do this list unless I mention Mr. Fretz. Oh my gosh. I mean, Fretz has been one of those guys who definitely was a King of the Ring mark for their podcast. But as time went on, I feel like he definitely shows that he is a fan of all wrestling podcasts, and he is such an insightful and intellectual individual. He's got his own website where he does bookings, where he does reviews, where he does so many great things with wrestling, and he's starting up his own podcast, which I am so happy for. He is a joy to work with on podcasting, and the Rant with Ant crew will definitely vouch for me on that, as well as the Kings of the Ring podcast. He's a great individual. Definitely looking forward to seeing his podcasting, series grow, and that he can become as successful as so many other podcasting deals. It's just really great to see that. So, Fretz, listen to this. Thank you so much for all the things that you've done this year. I mean, you're definitely one of the most frequent guys on my show, and I'm glad that that was a thing, because it's really cool to work with you. And I'm going to try. I am trying my best to find out that I can go to SummerSlam next year. That's going to be held in Canada, because I would like to actually visit Canada. I think that would actually be a lot of fun. There's a lot of people that definitely call it Bizarro World, understandably so, because, well, let's face it, my first event was 2004 SummerSlam. That was a bizarre event, to say the least. So it would be kind of cool to go back there and just experience the Bizarro World again. So, Fretz, thank you so much for everything that you've done this year. And I am looking forward to seeing where the success takes you in the future. I mean, oh my gosh. If I'm going to talk about wrestling, I definitely need to talk about the women. Oh my gosh. People like MJ, who I recently had on my podcast. She is a tremendous individual, definitely a hardy mark. And I love it. I love that, she can definitely, hang with the best of them. I love the fact that, she is going to be a part of the Who Got Next podcast with Phil and Nick, that's definitely one of those things that you definitely need to listen into. MJ is a fantastic individual, definitely spectacular. One of my competitions for the guest of the year for Kings of the Rings. Honestly, I think that she might be a shoo-in. It's probably going to be between her and Ant, to be honest. But who knows? Mr. Fretz might come out at the end. I don't know. Everybody deserves to win. That's the thing. And MJ does a fantastic job. She's very insightful, very wise. It's really cool to get the chance to talk with her. If you ever get a chance, definitely talk with her and enjoy the conversations that you have. She is just a tremendous individual. Geez, I mean, another. I got to do a group of women here. The Valkyrie. Holy cow! I mean, Nikki Skywalker, Christina, Kate Murphy, all three of these women. And oh gosh, I feel like there's one more person in here. God dang it! I feel bad if I'm missing out on everybody, but I got the chance to really talk with all of the women of the Valkyrie, or at least I think mainly those three, because I think I talked to Christina, Chris, as well as Kate and Nikki Skywalker. Oh my gosh. You want to talk about somebody who, probably the one woman who probably hates me beyond all reason, especially after the hashtag royal punishment. Nikki Skywalker is one of those people that definitely still probably is holding a grudge over me, and she'll probably be the one that kills me before Issa does. But they make wrestling just absolutely amazing. Whether they're talking about Roman Reigns, whether they're talking about men who just make them absolutely hot, it doesn't matter. They just make wrestling a lot more fun. So thank you, Valkyrie, for everything that you do, and just continue to make entertaining tweets. I really love it. Man, gosh, gotta continue doing this. And if I do stutter, if I do take too long, I apologize. I'm just trying to think of a lot of people because I don't want to leave anybody out. I really don't. Well, I mean, if we're going to talk about communities, I think I definitely do need to mention the members of the Game Changer family. I mean, oh my gosh, you look at a lot of, especially the new members that have came on, Agent Cooper, Max Beatty, Carissa. We have Chad Knight that got involved as well. Kyle, the Moose, as I like to call him, he's gotten involved. These guys definitely are always up to bat, and they're always ready to go whenever I need them. And that's always something I enjoy. I really enjoy the fact that they are that motivated. They are that great to work with, and I cannot thank them enough for making Game Changer, again, a can't miss, deal. Every time they show up on the show, it's great. It's absolutely amazing. You definitely cannot get any better than these individuals. It's so hard to just say, hey, there's, can't really say anything more about the fact that they're just absolutely incredible, spectacular. I'm glad that I chose these people. They really make the Game Changer better. They really do, make me feel like I'm a better person. So it's really cool to see that. Oh gosh, all the guests that I've had throughout this year alone have definitely been phenomenal. I'm trying to remember some of the guests I've had this year. A few weeks ago, I had Scarlet Wolf, DFW Wonder Woman, Autumn Raven. So many of these great, people that I've had the chance to interview. Rob Fury, oh my gosh, Age of Geeks. Rob Fury definitely is one of those guys that I can think to myself that, he's fun to hang out with. We went to the TakeOver Money in the Bank weekend together, and it was just an absolutely phenomenal event and a phenomenal weekend. And it was really cool because this is one of the first few times where I literally almost left an event, and he actually ran after me trying to calm me down after Ellsworth came into the event. I was so ticked off about that. I even said to them, it's like, if that's Ellsworth, I am leaving. I remember Rob just thinking no, you're not. No, you're not. As soon as the match was over, I'm like, fuck. I just went up, and Rob's just like, oh shit, he's actually leaving. He's actually going. So it was just one of those things where it's like, I just need to calm down, need to get my head straight, just give me a minute. So I got some water, I used the bathroom, I felt so much better. So Rob, it was always fun working with you, and I'm looking forward to the chance of working with you in the future. But yeah, like I said, everybody that I've worked with in the Game Changer and people that I've added on the Game Changer, you definitely deserve every single credit that you deserve. You just make the Game Changer that much better. Holy cow. You make it just that much more fun to work with. Also, Nick Marvin, holy cow. This is a guy who, he's not necessarily part of the Game Changer, but I might need to add him on now that I think about it. He and I were just talking that, dude, we need to, he and I were just talking, and he said, we need to do more wrestling events together. We need to just, we need to hang out together more. We need to watch these events more. And I said, yeah, we definitely need to do that. And it's going to start at Royal Rumble. So another announcement is that I will be watching Royal Rumble with Mr. Agent Cooper himself, as well as Nick Marvin. We're going to be just having a fantastic time. I think that it's going to be a great event, because it's really another one of those events where it's like, well, we don't know who's going to win the Rumble. There's odds-on favorites, but we really don't know who's going to win. We don't know which direction they're going. It's just going to be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, so Nick, by all means, just thank you so much for all the times that you came in to just have fun and just do predictions. It's really cool to see that. I have to give a major shout out to Super Kicking It with Kelsey, who I got the chance to meet at All In, who is just a fantastic individual. Definitely, fun to talk to, fun to work with. I still am going to try to get her on the show. Maybe that's going to be a 2019 goal, that I get, maybe Super Kicking It with Kelsey, as well as, maybe I'll get the duo, the Two-Faced podcast team on the show and just do it like that. I just really think that would be really cool. I know that she kind of left wrestling for a while because she was trying to get everything back to normal. She was trying to get things, straightened out. But it's great to see her back on the wrestling scene, and definitely enjoyed it. I know that there's a lot of people that definitely enjoyed she's one of the many people that enjoyed the Cruise with Jericho. I'm jealous about that. But, Kelsey, you do an absolutely fantastic job. Keep up the amazing work. Looking forward to working with you in the future. And honestly, I hope it's very soon. What culture? Holy cow. Getting the chance to meet Simon Miller in person was just an absolutely phenomenal thing. I remember him being just so nice, so polite. And whenever I told him, thank you for all that you do, thank you for creating everything, thank you for just doing a fantastic job, it was really cool. So, it's really, really great to see that. And he was injured during the time. I think he's still battling with his injury, or he might be getting fully recovered, but not sure exactly yet. I'm not exactly sure anymore. But he was just really, really cool to talk to, and just to, he's just a really great guy. So, What Culture, thank you for everything that you do, and continue to create so many great memories. Oh gosh, I'm feeling like I'm still missing a few people. Everybody that I got the chance to meet at All In, I could go through the list. Pentagon Dark, Phoenix, DDP, so many great people that I got that chance to, meet. Thank you for making All In a fantastic event, and thank you so much for making it just so much fun. I've said this before. I've said this too many times, and I know people are getting sick and tired of me saying it, but I'm going to say it again. Gail Kim and Rosa Mendez made that weekend absolutely great, because of the fact they interacted with me, they talked to me. Rosa made the joke about having me as an assistant for, getting coffee and doing stuff like that. And I literally said, when you get that position opened up and you're like a multimillionaire, because of, I think she was going to do a idea for health bars, Nutri-Grain bars, something like that. Which I would support, no problem. I would just, I would leave everything. I would just be her assistant, 24/7. She is such a sweetheart. She's just a lot of fun to work with. Honestly, I would love the opportunity to work with her, maybe even do an interview with her. I would love to do the same thing with, Gail Kim. Gail Kim is just an absolutely phenomenal woman, and I cannot say anything horrible about her. Same thing could be said about, Allie and Rosemary from Demon Bunny, even though my first impression with Allie was probably not the best. I'm not going to lie. But it was still one of those things where, the next day I apologized to her, and she was very sweet about it. It was kind of one of those things where she's like, okay, I forgive you. So it was kind of one of those things where it's like she didn't really think about it too much. But it was one of those things where I still felt kind of bad for hurting her feelings. And she even said that. And I was just like, oh, God, now you're just going to make me cry. Come on. Don't make me feel this bad. Yeah, it's just a phenomenal... it's just a phenomenal band from front to back. So many great people that I got the chance to work with and talk to. Chelsea Green, holy cow. I was not expecting her to be as, receptive to me as I thought she would be. I remember having like a little brief conversation with her with Mr. Ass Billy Gunn, basically just giving the camera back and just being like, "Oh no, we're not taking a picture." And Chelsea and I would just look at each other like, "Well, what's going on here?" So Billy just takes it back. He's like, "Come on, I'm joking. Have a sense of humor, for Christ's sake." And we just look at each other again. And I just whispered to her, "Well, I could see why they call him Mr. Ass," and she just nods in agreement. But also, we're just kind of laughing. Yeah, just getting all the likes and the retweets and stuff that she gave me. Holy cow! And I need to send her another message to her via, I think it's a celebvm.com, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely go check that out, guys. There's so many great people there that you could get personal messages to. You could talk to people. It's just really cool. And even meeting Noelle Fuller, holy cow, I was not expecting that at all. And I was also not expecting her to just, when I have her wrote down my name, she literally just recognized me. She's like, "Oh, you're the one who donated and, got me on the podcast interview a few years ago." I was like, "Yep, that's me." She just totally was cool with it. Got to meet her boyfriend, Frank the Clown. Really cool guy. Loved talking to every single one of them. There's so many people, though, I didn't get a chance to meet. I didn't get a chance to meet Nick Aldis. That was one of those guys I was really hoping to meet. But it was worth it because of one other individual that I met up. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. Rey Mysterio would be another one that I didn't get a chance to meet that I would have loved the chance to. Tessa Blanchard, she was on the floor, I think, after All In, if I'm not mistaken. There was a lot of other people that I wish I had the chance to actually talk to, but I was so obsessed with Rosa Mendes and Gail Kim and Demon Bunny that I really just was like, oh, I got these two guys. This is really awesome. I mean, I could have talked to, like Summer Rae or, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of some other people. I probably could have talked to the Beautiful People again. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they even recognize me from when I saw them in Milwaukee. Who knows anymore. Anyway, but All In was just a fantastic event this year. It was great. So thank you to everybody who created All In. So I guess mainly thank you Cody Rhodes and Young Bucks for creating the event and for making it just an absolutely phenomenal, great event to watch and just enjoy. It's really awesome. Okay, so we're getting down to, I think, the nitty-gritty where I can definitely start dwindling down the people I think. One person definitely this year that I am very thankful that I got the chance to meet, and it was a 3 years in the making deal, and I'm looking forward to meeting her again. SoCal Valerie. SoCal Val is one of the nicest people that I have ever met, and every single time that we talk, every single time that we get a conversation going, it is just absolutely wonderful, and I'm looking forward to the chance to work with her again. I know that I think she might actually be trying to have me do some stuff with Fight TV, but I can't really go into too many details about that because, well, I don't want to get in trouble, really. But I know for a fact that, Val is definitely trying to get me doing some other things. And she definitely oh my gosh. She is one of the things that, if I ever have like a giant ego, she's one of the few people that is just inflating the air into that balloon that is my ego, because she gives me every single compliment from like the moon to Mars and back to Mercury. I know that doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. She just makes me feel like I'm a fantastic individual, and I just, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for it. Yeah, like I said, and meeting her in person, it was great. I'm sure that she would have loved the chance to, talk more and and hang out more. Fortunately, we didn't really get a chance because of her busy schedule with Fight TV and everything. I'm not going to hold that against her. I'm really not, because it's one of those things where she made the commitment to them before me, so who am I to judge her for that? She does a fantastic job. So SoCal Val, thank you so much for making 2018 a lot of fun. It's just really great working with you and talking with you and hanging out with you. Just holy cow! I was all over the moon. Just happy to see SoCal Val in person. Gosh, I'm gonna thank VictoriBelle, my co-host, for I want to say almost 3 years. I'm going to say it's probably going to be 3 years next year, if I'm not mistaken. Holy cow. It all started with me and her just talking on the phone, and then after a while she just said, okay, let's start the show. Got the chance to interview her, and then I just said, do you want to just make this like a weekly thing? Do you want to just do this like on a weekly basis? And she's like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So we just started talking more, and we started having more fun. We started getting a chance to know each other better. And, I mean, this year alone, holy cow, we've done quite a bit, actually. We do our normal reactions to the Oscars. We got the chance to do Money in the Bank together, which was great because it was our first ever wrestling event. And honestly, I think that was probably the best event that we could have done, next to Hell in the Cell or Evolution. Fortunately, we're kind of on a bit of a budget from there, but you know what? I'm going to WrestleMania next year. Just shut up. Just shut up. Yeah, VictoriBelle is one of those people that definitely also helps make this podcasting business that much better, but also makes it that much more fun. I cannot think of a better person that I would have picked as a co-host. Sorry to anybody else that I might have offended with that statement, but she is definitely somebody that I have great chemistry with, that she and I work together very well, and I'm looking forward to working with her even more in the future. We got a lot of things coming up this next year, and I can't really tell you too much, but it's another game changer. I'm going to tell you that right now. But if I had to thank anybody else, it is the fans and it is the people who listen in to this show. Everybody who listens to this show, thank you so much for everything that you do. You have no idea how much it means to me to have you guys listen to me, to voice your opinions, to hear me voice my opinions. It is just really cool to see that. I'm very grateful for that. So thankfully, I am very thankful to have you listen to me and let me be a part of your lives and let me be a part of your days. And hopefully I make your days. Hopefully I make you smile. Hopefully I make you laugh. Hopefully I make you think. And hopefully I make you feel entertained. That's really why I do this and why I still continue to do this. So thank you so much to everybody that I've had the chance to work with. Thank you to everybody who listens into this. And I'm looking forward to meeting some of you people that I've worked with. And I'm looking forward to seeing where the future goes with the Game Changer podcast. And that's what I'm going to get into now. So finally, after about almost 40 minutes of thanking people, it's worth it. I don't care. It's my show. Nah, boo-boo. So, what I can reveal as far as, this upcoming year 2019 is doing. What I'm going to be doing for 2019, I can definitely reveal a few things. One, I can reveal the fact that, I just had a mind fart. Holy cow. Okay. August will feature a special event in which I will be hosting a big extravaganza for the, I guess you could say, the 15 years that I've been a wrestling fan. Because, oh my gosh, I'm going to be 29 when that hits, and I'm going to be, I'm an old fart almost at this point. Almost 30. And I'm still a wrestling fan. I still enjoy it. So it's been nonstop, you guys. I can say that, even though I don't watch it religiously like I used to, I still enjoy it. I still watch, any other events that I can get a chance to watch. So definitely look forward to seeing what happens on the 15th not the 15th, in August, I should say, 15-year celebration. I'm going to be trying to get, special guests to appear. I'm going to get the chance to work with a lot of people. It might all culminate with me being at SummerSlam in Toronto, in Canada. That would be pretty cool. I do have one other group I definitely want to thank. Anybody that I've worked with in Wisconsin, as far as independent wrestling, oh my God, you look at all the people that work here, WPW, ACW, ACW especially, we're gotten the chance to work with quite a bit this year. And it's just really cool that I get the chance to, it's really cool that I got the chance to be a part of an ACW show, and so many people were like, "Oh my gosh, hey, how you doing, man? Where the hell have you been? We haven't seen you in so long." I'm trying, you guys. I'm trying to make as many shows that I can. But I will make this announcement that the next time I will be at an ACW show will actually be in April, late April, as they produce the third ever Water City WrestleCon. So definitely tune into that, you guys. It's going to be a can't miss show, and it's going to be one of those events that looks to be very amazing. I mean, they've got a lot of people on this guest list already that is absolutely amazing. They got Francine and Shane Douglas, they got Mark Henry, they got Jake Strong, they got Gangrel, and Big Cass is going to be there, and also the hardcore legend Mick Foley, which I'm going to tell you guys right now, I am going to record the minute that Agent Cooper is at the front of the line talking to Mick Foley. I want to see this reaction so badly, and you guys definitely will need to see how crazy this will be. It's going to be can't miss. So that is something definitely to look forward to in 2019. So many great things. So we got, maybe at Water City WrestleCon. I got a couple other people that are going to be a part of that. So definitely tune in to see, all of our reactions. All the great matches are going to be a part of that. It's going to be definitely just an amazing event. And I'll definitely be, telling you guys all the details. Get to see so many great people wrestle during that night. Oh my gosh, this is going to be great. I guess I can do the biggest announcement for this. In regards to the Game Changer, we're definitely still trying to evolve, and we're definitely still trying to be better. And the best way to do that is to show that in ways that, we believe that, I could definitely use fans' support right now. So by all means, feel free to do this, because I'm making the announcement right now. This is the big announcement for me and for the Game Changer, is that we will be opening a Patreon page for the Game Changer on April 1st. I'm still working out all the details on what the tiers will be, what the Patreon backers are going to receive when they sign up for this. It is going to be just an absolutely can't miss deal here, and all the money that you guys give is going to be in support of helping, help improve the Game Changer, onto helping, just giving us new content. And also, you guys, I'm going to be starting doing this deal where anybody who donates as a Patreon backer, I'll probably do this like every quarter month. I'm actually going to take that monthly amount that I get from you guys. I'm actually going to donate that to a certain charity in that month, because I think that's one of the best things that you definitely can do for somebody. Is not only give you guys really great content, but also giving back to the people that definitely listen into this show, that definitely do a great job of just giving their criticisms and giving their critiques, giving us what they like and what they hate. I want to do something like that, and I want to make a difference in people's lives. That's what I truly believe I am here for, and that's to make a difference in everybody's lives and try to be somebody that can definitely put smiles on everybody's faces. That's what I really want to do. So Patreon will be going up on April 1st. But there's still a lot more that we will be talking about come within the next few days. So as far as the next few days go, tomorrow will be the event in which VictoriBelle will be a part of the Game Changer. Hopefully she will be back and at 100%. Hopefully the weather is better by then. As well as the next few days, guys, definitely see the conclusion of the 12 days of bookings. And I just did the final one. I got that ready to go. Gosh, you guys are going to love that one. I guarantee it. Saturday, I will have Mr. Phil from the Who Got Next, from the Rant with Ant, on the show. So I'll actually do a link on the on my Twitter page, as well as on my Facebook fan page, of questions that you guys may want to ask during the show. Maybe some things that you are kind of curious about. So definitely tune in to the post for that. See here. So last few days, I think that I've got everything that I needed. So with that being said, I am going to head on out, you guys. So thank you so much for listening in, and be sure to tune in to all the great things that are going to be happening with the Game Changer throughout the next few months into the next year. Holy cow, it's going to be absolutely great. And it all starts today, continues on into tomorrow. And again, it boils into 2019. Definitely do not miss an opportunity to hear what we got in store for you guys in the upcoming year. This has been Nate the Effing Great. Thank you for listening in. I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye. Avengers, assemble!